Hey, drop.
Boom, boom. Okay. Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Jocko Don't Stop here with back another episode of Plug Picks. And we were expecting Daniel, but he's not gonna be able to show up. So unfortunately, he's gonna be your favorite plug of the staff today again. So let's get right into it. We're gonna be using Hard Rock Bet again this week. I think we did pretty good. I don't think we hit last week, but still we'll try it again, and then probably next week we'll do back to price picks, and we'll see how it goes. All right, let's go hard bet. All right. Here we go. So this week, we have the Cardinals and the Texans. Yeah, this is an interest. Personally, I think Jacoby Brissett has been doing pretty good with the Cardinals. He's been throwing it a lot, but the Texans defense right now is just hitting a stride that is like crazy. I think that's why the line is like negative minus 550. But we got $10. So let's do, you know what? Let's do two parlays today. We'll do two. We're gonna do 6 of one and 6 of another, depending, and see how it goes. I think let's do our picks of the week first, and then we'll do player props the next one. So we'll choose the Texans for this one. Patriots and Bills. Now, if you guys don't know, I usually don't like to pick my own team because then it's kind of like, yeah, you already know. It's kind of a problem when it comes to how do I say, it's a superstition thing. So I don't really like to bet on my team. This plus is like the Bills have to win. If the Bills don't win, then my Patriots ended up winning the division, the AFC East, and we're the brand new AFC East champions again since 2019, which was Tom Brady's last year. Patriots are, so they have, damn, the spread is by +1, so it's a pick 'em. It's basically a pick 'em. Oh snap! Ooh, so they have to be in a close game. Yeah, at New England. I mean, no matter what, since it's my show, I'm going with my boys. So let's go. Commanders and Giants. If I'm gonna be very honest, brutally honest, these two teams suck. These two teams do suck. And if I had to trust one team right now playing, it would have to be the Giants. I don't know why I'm saying that. I mean, I like Marcus Mariota, but they really fumbled the bag last week. I forgot who it was they played last week, where I had them beating who was it? Let me see. I'll tell you guys right now. The Vikings, and they end up throwing a deucer to the Vikings. And who's the quarterback? JJ McCarthy threw for 3 touchdowns. I'm sorry, yeah, bro. No, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Giants on this one. You let JJ McCarthy, who's dog water, throw three touchdowns against you, and you go scoreless. Yeah, that's a problem. Ravens and Bengals. If I'm gonna be honest, if I'm gonna be brutally honest, if T Higgins does not play, that might be a problem. But if he does play, I've got the Bengals as do, I think, as of right now, T Higgins is on concussion protocol. Ravens, I mean, it's basically Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and Mark Andrews. Isaiah Likely, I don't even know why he would even stay for this next coming season. Uh, I think this is a division game, if I'm correct. Let me just check for you guys. I don't want to be incorrect, but I do think that's a division game. Yes, it is. It's AFC North. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. Let's see. I'm gonna say. Let me look up T. Let me look up T Higgins on Google. Maybe they have some T Higgins news. It says here 8 hours ago, T Higgins is out versus the Ravens. I'm gonna give it to the Ravens, just for the simple fact without T Higgins there, and the O line sucks. I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. I'm sorry, Joe, bro. I love you, but you and Jamar Chase is not enough. I mean, I know you have other weapons with Chase Brown and Samaj P. Ryan is back, but it's not enough to beat the Ravens. The Ravens right now, I don't even know what's going on with that. I think Harbaugh might get fired this offseason, to be honest. He hasn't really impressed. He's had some good seasons with the Ravens, but it's just the Ravens have not been like super. I don't know how to explain it. Like, besides having Joe Flacco that one season with Ray Lewis, it's just been like it was like a one and done season. Let's go to Chargers Chiefs. They got the Chiefs. Last time I bet against the Chiefs, I lost, which was against the Colts, and the Chiefs ended up beating the Colts. The Colts, we don't know who their quarterback is at the moment. Is it gonna be what's his name? Riley Leonard? Or is it gonna be Phillip Rivers? You don't make that move to Phillip Rivers if you think you're Riley Leonard can play. But as of right now, Kansas City, I think they're right on the edge of being eliminated, so they have to win this game. And if I know how the world works, I'm going to go for Kansas City. So let's move on. Could be wrong. Marion Hampton is back, but as of right now, yeah, I'm gonna stick with Mahomes. Is gonna have very few bad games. He threw three picks last game. I don't think he's gonna do it again, despite me, not being favorable Chiefs person. I'm not a Chiefs guy, but this, yeah, I'm not gonna fool myself again as of last time. But Jets Jaguars, Jets coming off getting blown out by the Dolphins last week at home. Now they play the Jaguars. Until I see, and yeah, no. Why am I even thinking of this? I'm taking the Jaguars. As of right now, the Jets defense is good, but I think those losses, plenty. I think it was like 2 losses. It was Tyler Barron and Francisco Kiki Mauinoa, which is a 2 alum from last year. They're 2 rookies. They went down. I don't know if they could be playing this week, but seeming as like the season's already over for them, basically they're already eliminated. I don't know why they would even consider just get them healthy. There's very few weeks left. But as of right now, I'm going to choose the Jaguars just as a common sense pick. But this year has not been common sense. I'm not a big fan of Trevor Lawrence and the offense they're running right now, because for some reason your star running back Travis Etienne, and then all of a sudden you decide to run Byshell Tootin as your starting runner. I don't know what is the most inconsistent team I've ever seen. Inconsistent, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If the Jaguars lose this game, it's because they wanted to lose this game, not because they fumbled the bag. It's because they wanted to lose this game. I'm just putting it out there. Raiders, Eagles. If the Eagles lose this game, Nick Sirianni should be fired. I'm going to put that out there right now. If Eagles lose this game, Nick Sirianni should be fired. But I am not willing. No, I'm not going to do that. As much as I want the Eagles to lose because I want A.J. Brown on the Patriots, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Eagles are going to rout them. Let's see. Browns and Bears. This is an interesting matchup. Shedeur Sanders. Interesting matchup. These are two good defenses and two good young quarterbacks. They only have it by a touchdown, basically. Just about touchdown and a half. So one possession game. I do honestly. The only reason I'm going to be picking the Bears is because I think they have more weapons. But let me just check. Let me go here. Romo Dunze, is he out? Is he out? Romo Dunze practices again Friday, listed as questionable. Bears. Tyreek Stevenson, former UM alum. Well, he is a former UM player. He's set to return. All right, good for us, or not good for the Bears. What have the Bears done? Let me see. I mean, the Bears. Let me see. Where are the Browns at? What have the Browns done? Let me see. They beat the Raiders 24-10. This is, bro, I'm telling you right now, the Raiders lost to the Browns 24-10. Eagles, you should blow them out. If the Eagles, I'm sorry, yeah. No, I'm not. This is lost a close one to the Titans last week. And the 49ers lost 26 to jeez. This is at Chicago. I think I'm gonna stick to playing. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna go with Chicago. Lions and Rams. This is, you know what? Let's skip that. We'll make that the last game. We're gonna make that the last game. This is the tough one right here. So okay, so and this is another tough one, but Colts Seahawks. La 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 la. Wait, what was it? Who was I talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, sorry. I lost my train of thought. Okay. Colts and Seahawks. Yeah, the thing with the Phillip Rivers and all that. Yeah, the thing that's a problem. You don't know who's your starting quarterback. Jonathan Taylor went from being the league MVP, the possible league MVP with a triple crown, to having like the biggest, one of the weirdest downfalls I've ever seen. Daniel Jones torn Achilles, out for the season. Has to get surgery. I think he has. I don't know if he had it yet. Yeah, the Colts right now are in the have to really search deep down and pull this one out just to even make the playoffs, because a lot of people are making moves. I just don't think they're going to be able to beat the hot Seahawks. And they traded for Sauce Gardner Johnson, and guess what? He got injured. You wasted away 2 first-round picks for it. You get it. I'm picking the Seahawks here. Packers Broncos, another tough matchup, very tough matchup. Is this at Broncos? Let's go. I'm checking right here. This is at Broncos at Denver. Okay. Oh, this is a tough one. The reason I see this being tough, because I was telling Daniel this, I think yesterday, the day before, that on Fortnite. So if you guys ever want to play Fortnite with us, let us know. We'll play on well, you let us, if you just tag us on the Fortnite thing. We'll see if we can play with you. I don't trust the Broncos offense too much. I know they have Courtland Sutton. They got RJ Harvey, who's been playing really good. And they got what's his name? I forgot his name. Bro, what's this guy's name from the Denver Broncos? Okay, I guess Google wants to play dumb today, so let's go Gamecast. Hold up. Thank you. Okay, they got RJ Harvey. Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, not bad. Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad crew receiving, but it's just to feel like it's not. And there's there's not that one guy that is like you can call it Cortland Sutton, but there isn't that one guy that that will like for me it's Stephon Diggs. For Justin Jefferson, the Vikings, Jamar Chase, the Bengals, like they don't have that guy yet. You can place that on Cortland Sutton, but I just don't think he would be a great number 2 if you brought in a superstar. I think this team would be exceptional, but I just don't see it. The Packers just got. They have Dontavian Wicks. They got, I think, Josh Jacobs and this other guy. They got Tucker Kraft. Bro, I'm taking take the Packers. And I think Micah Parsons could do something to that Broncos offensive line, to be honest. Now, this could be no, I'm not. Yeah, let's not even overlook that. I'm sorry, Cam Ward. I love you, bro. Xavier Strepo, get well soon. We hope you recover well and come back stronger than ever. But yeah, I'm not. I can't. Yeah, the 49ers have been actually doing pretty good with what they have. They've been one of the most decimated teams in the league, and they somehow have a winning record, if I'm correct. And who's the winning? I forgot who they have. What's the record right now? They're 9-4, which is absolutely bonkers to even say that they're 9-4 after everything. But I will say if they can stop Christian McCaffrey, if Christian McCaffrey goes down, this team is in shambles. I'll tell you that right now. This team is in shambles if Christian McCaffrey goes down. Panthers Saints. The Saints are a good team. They are. People don't want to agree with me, but I think they are a decent team. But they're just not there yet. I think having Alvin Kamara kind of old, and I think he's been a little bit injury prone here and there. Let them get an extra receiver besides Chris Olave and improve that offensive line and that edge. I think they can be a really good team. They just beat the Buccaneers this past week, so shout out to them. The Panthers. What have you seen? What are the Saints done? Let's go. I'm gonna go to the Saints. Where are the Saints at? All right. I'm on ESPN right now looking at the Saints. What have they done? Let's see. They beat the Buccaneers. What did the Buccaneers? Oh my God. What did they allow? They allowed 55 yards rushing from Bucky Irving, 55 receiving yards from Chris Godwin. They held Baker Mayfield to 122 passing yards. Sacks, tackles, okay. Both teams had. Tampa Bay led in first downs, less penalties, more fourth down conversions. But, I mean, they went for 7 and they only got 2, so the Tampa Bay kind of gave away the ball too much. They ran the possession. Yeah, this is let me see a good running back because I think they're playing they're playing the Panthers. Let me see the last time they played the Panthers. They played the Panthers week what week was this? Week 10. Tyler Shough. Oh my God. Almost 282 yards, 2 tutties. Alvin Kamara had 22 carries for 83 yards. Chris Olave, 5 receptions, a touchdown, 104 receiving. Rico Dotto had 53 yards. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know if this is before Chuba Hubbard came back. Just big. I mean, this is tough. This was only 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 4 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago. So this is recent, and this is at Carolina. So no, this is at home. I'm gonna pick this as the Saints. I think the Saints are gonna cover again. I think as well as the Panthers have been doing so far, I just still think they need a little bit more. Tetairoa McMillan is legit, but that quarterback play is not there yet. I think I would honestly make a move at quarterback if you can this offseason. I don't think there's one that you can get in the draft. But I mean, honestly, Diego Pavia would be nice on this team with that arm and Tetairoa McMillan. That'd be disgusting. And you can get an extra receiver in there and improve that O-line a little bit more. Oh man, that would be disgusting. Honestly, I would be scared of the Panthers if they did that. Or John Mateer too. If you can get John Mateer, but just don't run it too much, guys. Vikings Cowboys. I'm going for the Cowboys because Vikings suck and JJ McCarthy is overrated, and I think George Pickens rebounds after that last game, and actually absolutely tortures the Vikings. And I think Justin Jefferson is on the verge of asking for a trade and asking out of this team, bro. I'm dead ass telling you this in your guys' face. Justin Jefferson is giving some sort of body language and just like the way he's it just looks like he's fed up with the team and how it's just a QB play and the inconsistencies, and he's not getting the ball. He's not getting the ball enough. Let's be honest. So I'm gonna, just because of that, even though they just blew out the Commanders, it doesn't matter because the Cowboys are gonna win this game. Either it's on the floor, on the ground with Javonte, or with the air with CD and Pickens and Jake Ferguson. Whoever it's going to be, someone's going to cook this week for the Cowboys. And then for the second last one before we get to the Lions and the Rams game, I don't know. I don't like to bet on the Dolphins either. I feel like the Dolphins are, when you expect them to play well, they don't, and when you do, they don't. I don't know. Did I just say that right? When you expect them to play bad, they play good. They play bad. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Even just talking about the Dolphins makes me stupid. It's at Steelers, so it's going to be cold. The Steelers have to, even though they just beat the Ravens, if they were to lose this game and the Ravens, who I have winning against the Bengals, they can't give up that edge. Even though they do have the tiebreaker, I think that the Steelers defense is way better than the Jets than last week's, and this is going to be in the cold. Let's look at the weather. I do look at the weather too, guys. Let's see, what is the weather in Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh. Here we go. It is for Sunday. They're expecting oh my God, they're expecting 21, the highest, the low of 10, with 65% snow. But yeah, listen, I'm not gonna be stupid. Tua can't play in the snow, and I think it's gonna be Minkah Fitzpatrick returns, and then Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey go play the Dolphins. This could be a whole drama. You know, they got former Patriots Jabril Peppers and I forgot his name. They're not part of our team anymore, so I don't need to remember you guys. But Rams and Lions, I think this should be prime time of the week, to be honest. That should be prime time. I know I know because it's let me see. Whoa, hold up. What's the Monday night game? Monday night. Okay, yeah. So Minnesota Dallas is prime time, and Miami Pittsburgh is Monday. I I think Detroit and Rams should be prime time, and Minnesota Dallas should be the 4:25 game. But that's just me. Um, who do I got for this game? If if I'm gonna be honest, um, let's see, NFL rushing defenses rankings, just to see what's the as of right now to this day the best rushing defenses. The Rams. No, I want rushing defense, not offense. La, 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 la. The Rams are, according to Summer Sports, Rams defense is ranked fourth overall. And what about the Lions? Lions are 12th. I love my boy Gibbs. If you guys know, I think my boy Gibbs is, I think, the best running back in the league. But I think the Rams are just too good. Nakua and Devontae Adams have been crushing it. Blake Corum, Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford has been pretty good this year. Entering the year with like a bad back, I think. No one knew what he was gonna turn out to be. And I think the Rams are gonna come. I think, did the Rams lose last week? No, right? Rams. Where are you, Rams? Okay, here we go. The Rams, they destroyed the Cardinals 45-17 last week, rebounding after losing to Carolina Panthers 31-28. They play at home versus the Lions at 4:25. Okay, on Fox. This could be a trap game because they would have to go to Seattle the very next week on the 18th. I'm prime time. I think that's a Thursday, if I'm correct. Yeah, that's a Thursday to play Seattle. So what do they decide to do? What do they decide to do? You know what? You know what? I don't know, bro. The Seattle game is a division game. They can't afford to. If they tried hard and let's say went too hard and caused an injury on this game, they'll be tired and lose a division game to the Seahawks, who they currently have a tiebreaker above them. So they can't afford to be tired. This could be a trap game. I think the Lions lose this game. No, I think the Rams lose this game, and then they go on to beat Seattle at Seattle, even though that was a week. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Week 10, they beat Seattle by 2, and that game was absolutely great. Oh man, this is gonna be. Oh god, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect. They can't afford to lose that Seahawks game. It's at Seahawks. But they can't. If they do that, then they can't lose. Oh my god! Every week. This is a big one, guys. This is why I left this one for last. When in doubt, guys, when in doubt, ask ChatGPT and let's see how it goes. This is for fun. Just for fun. What would happen? Who wins? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys this just to have some fun. Okay, here we go. Do you guys see me? Okay, perfect. Who wins this weekend? Lions or Rams? Wait. Okay. Let's see what this says. Let's see. Maybe they can jot out some stuff. Okay. The Rams are favored to win. More sportsbooks have given win this game. They're typically as a 5.5 point favorites. Rams are strong starter with a potential. While the Lions have a shot, Detroit has a high powered offense with the run and big. A few models suggest that Detroit could keep it close or pull off an upset if they play at their best. Bottom line, most likely outcome Rams are more likely to win this weekend according to the odds. They're the favorite by points. Pull off an upset if their offense stays on. I don't know, guys. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Man. I don't know what to choose here. I don't know. Because look, if you could look at this. I'll show you this instead. They play at home right this Sunday against the Lions. They have a division game on Thursday night against the Seahawks, and that game is going to be extremely physical. Seahawks are need to take back that game that they lost in Week 10 right here. This is at Seattle. Then they have a game at Atlanta the very next week, who just beat Tampa Bay. And then we head into the very last week. These last stretches are going to be super important. It's just, what do I expect to happen against the Lions? Let me see. Let me click on this. They're giving the Lions 41%. The spread is basically a touchdown. Okay, Muhammad from the U. See, look at that. I'm telling you. Look. Right now, they're tied, and they have the tiebreaker. If they lose, and I think Seattle, who I think we just who are they playing this week? I forgot. Seattle plays the Colts. If Seattle beats the Colts, oh man, that's gonna be a tough one. This could be a very tough one, guys. This is the toughest one I've had to think about, to be honest. You know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna do this for a second. Because I feel like I'm leaning towards the Rams. But I'm gonna put a Detroit Lions injury report today. Okay, so Brian Branch has been ruled out for Sunday's game. Big loss with the Achilles. And safety Kirby Joseph is out with a knee injury. Questionable. Coyote Awasika, guard. Okay. Christian Mahogany, Khalif Raymond. Oof. Okay, so they're missing nothing crazy besides Ryan Branch and Kirby Joseph. Ah, man. The thing is that I want to believe in the Rams to do it, but at the same time, if I go back, right? If I go back and I look at the Rams, right? Okay, look at this. Win. They lose to the Panthers, who, to be honest, have not had a bad year. But they give up 31 points to the Panthers. That concerns me. This game was crazy good, but they could have easily blown this team. They could have easily blown them out, but Mac Jones and the 49ers basically ran that game with I forgot the former Patriot, I forgot his name. But whatever. And they lost to the Eagles. Man, they had 19 points to the Titans? Damn, week 2, shit. I mean, they've been scoring points against the bad teams or the bad-ish teams. I mean, I think they're gonna. I honestly, if you know what, I'm gonna take a leap of faith, and I'm gonna say that they're gonna be focused on next week's game against the Seahawks, because if they win that game, then they basically have what's their record? They would have to play. If they lose this game, they would be. Let me see where they're at. Let me write this down, just so that I'm not lost in what I'm saying. Okay, here we go. They're 10-3 right now. They lose this week. They go 10-4. Then they win the very next week and go 11-4. And then I think they beat the Falcons and they beat the Cardinals. So they go on 2 more wins. 12-13. They finished 13-4. They beat the Seahawks at Seahawks, and they take the division. But you know what? Let's look at the Lions. Let's just see what the Lions are going through right now. Where are the Lions at? They're 3rd in the division. Where are they? Come on. 3rd in the 8-5. Okay, so they're not worried about Minnesota. If they win, they go 9-5. Take out the paperback. Here we go. So if they win, they go 9-5. Chicago. Did we have Chicago winning? Yes, they had Chicago winning. They keep the pressure on Chicago. They have to win. Chicago would be, if they won this week, 10-4. Lions would be 9-5. Who else do they play? They play the Steelers at home, who I think the Steelers are not going to be able to keep up with the Lions. So they'll make them 10-5. Then they play the Vikings. I think they go 11-5. Then they play the Bears. And depending on what happens with the Bears, what are the Bears doing? They play the Browns. I think they beat the Browns. We know they beat the Browns. They play the Packers. Ooh. Ooh, that game is going to be very. Let's just say that the Lions need to keep winning to keep the pressure on the Bears and Green Bay. This could be a very interesting. Depending on where Detroit finishes, they could easily Oh man, this is very exciting. Get excited, guys! If you guys are Dr. Stone fans, get excited. Uh, I'm gonna pick the Lions to win this game. I think that little skid they had, they beat the Cowboys. Now they go and they. Okay, I think we've gone through every game. This is fun. Sorry guys. This is fun. All right, we got $10. Now let's make it a flex. We can't make it a flex. All right, that's fine. We'll put $5 in it. What is it? Plus 47,462. $5 bet to win to cash out for $2,300 and $2,378.11. Crazy. Let's see here. Sorry, I have to reshare. I don't know why it's telling me to do that. All right, but we're here. We're back here. There we go. So just to reiterate about the picks. We got the Texans beating the Cardinals. We got the Patriots beating the Bills and clinching the AFC East division. We got the Giants beating the Commanders. We got the Ravens beating the Bengals in Cincinnati. We got the Chiefs beating the Chargers. We got the Jaguars over the Jets. Eagles over Raiders. Bears over Browns. Seahawks over Colts. Packers over Broncos. We got the Titans over 49ers. No, we got the 49ers over the Titans. My bad. We've got the Saints over the Panthers. Cowboys to beat the Vikings. Steelers to beat the Dolphins. And then we got the Lions to beat the Rams or upset the Rams at home. We're going to put it in. Okay. Done, dude. Now let's have the real fun. Since we're South Florida kind of thing, let's do the Miami Dolphins, who have to win this game, or I think they would be eliminated in a way. But before that, cheers. Let's go to the players. Let's go to the guy that's been hot so far, Devon Achane, anytime touchdown, boom. That's a given for me. Anybody watching? Do you have any ideas? Anything you guys want to? Anything? You let me know. I'm just checking to see. I don't know if you guys are excited, but I'm kind of excited for next week's game against Texas A&M Aggies. The Hurricanes are going to be playing in the playoffs, so I'm kind of excited in a way. Yo, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody joining. Yo, what's up? We're here on Hard Rock betting on the Dolphins to see what they're gonna do. I got Achane right now for an anytime touchdown. If you have any ideas that would help, let me know. Passing yards, passing touchdowns, anything. You tell me. For everybody that's joining that doesn't know about plug picks, every Friday you and I, we go through all these player props or team bets, whatever, and then we bet on it, $5, $10, whatever it is, and whatever, if we somehow hit, then all the proceeds go to why am I blanking out on this? On Plug Talk Sports, and it goes to the team for equipment, for tickets, for parking, any money they need for gas to go to events to help and give you guys content. Then that's basically what the show is about, helping out others and on the staff. And we get to talk about sports while we at it, which is what we love basically. So let's see. I'm wearing my Inter Miami shirt, especially that we're champions now. Let's go. Let's see here. We got Devon H. anytime touchdown. Let's go passing yards. Do I think? What do you guys think? Tua over under 193 and a half in the cold. What did he throw? Let me check. What did he throw last week? What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know, man. Where is it? Tua on the passing yards. He threw 127 last week against the Jets. Then he threw 157 against New Orleans, 171 against Washington, and 173 against Buffalo. The last time he went over 193 and a half was against Baltimore, which he went 261. I don't know, man. That's a complicated. Ooh. Do I think he's gonna pass in this game? I just don't think. I think the Steelers are gonna win this game. If I'm gonna be honest, it's in the cold. Tua is not good in the cold. I think Jalen Ramsey is gonna go out for revenge. Jonnu Smith is gonna come out with revenge. Aaron Rodgers has lived in the cold, basically in Green Bay his entire life. He can play in the cold. Tua can't. They got good safeties. Kyle Duggar and Jabril Peppers. DK Metcalf is clicking right now with him. I don't know. I can see the Dolphins taking their time. I can see the Dolphins trying to play quick just so that they can eliminate the weather factor, because if they play quick, there's more likely that gives them time to warm up on the bench. This is psychological. I'm just thinking crazy here, guys. So bear with me, all right? Bear with me. I'm not gonna go over. I think I'm gonna go under. Just because if the run game does go, like I said, it's going to be at 10 to 20 degrees with snow in Pittsburgh. And I think the defense on Pittsburgh is pretty good. Especially Jalen Ramsey trying to get revenge on those guys. So I'm going to go on the under for Tua. Aaron Rodgers to go on the over 214. Let's go for Aaron Rodgers and see what happens. Aaron Rodgers. Passing yards. Last week he went for 284 against Baltimore, and then 117 against Buffalo, 116 against Buffalo. No, 117 Buffalo, 116 Cincinnati, 161 to the Chargers, and 203 against Indiana or Indianapolis. So he hasn't hit. Last game was the only time he hit over 214. This might be a little bit inflamed a little bit. This might be a little bit propped up a little bit just so it can. He's only hit it once every 5 weeks. He's only hit it once in the last 5 weeks. His average of the last 5 games has been 176 and a half. You're expecting him to hit over 20 something. Nah, I don't expect that. I'm gonna do logic here, bro. In the cold, he could be in his element. If this game ends up being a blowout, they could end up running the damn ball. And you know what? And I think the pass rush for the Dolphins could make a statement this weekend also. So I'm gonna go under actually. Shocking enough. I think both go under. Passing attempts. Let's go back to Tua. The worst passing attempts for Tua. Okay. Last week he had 21, then he had 23. He's averaging 25 in the last 5 games, but that's only because against Baltimore he had 40 attempts. So the average is going up because of that big game. But overall, it's not. It's basically around 20, 21, maybe 20 and a half attempts over the last month. This 21 from the Jets last week could easily be more just because the Jets were terrible and they're getting blown out. New Orleans was a close game, but New Orleans defense is actually, man. TJ Watt is out, I think. So that could give time Tua to throw. But then if that's the case, then just give it to HN and there's not going to be pressure. I don't know, man. I'm going to go on the. I'm going to go on the under for Tua on passing attempts. Aaron Rodgers. He had 34 last week and 21 the week before. Average of 27. They're playing at home. He's only in the last 5 games, 3 of them were at home. He's only gone over 31 and a half once. And that was to Indianapolis. How did that game go anyways? Let me look at that. How'd that game go? Against the Colts. They won 27-20. He threw for 203 yards, 1 touchdown. Daniel Jones threw for 342 yards, but he had 3 picks. I can see this game being very similar to the Colts game, if I'm going to be truly honest. And let me just go back. Let me just see. When it comes to games at home, let me just see how he does. Against the Seahawks, he had 33 attempts. Okay, that's over. We're looking at 31 and a half. Okay. Against the Vikings, he had 22 attempts. Against the Browns, he had 30. Still under. Against the Packers, he had 36. Over. Colts, Bengals. He had 15. I think didn't he because he got injured that game. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the Dolphins end up being the typical Dolphins that we see. I think Achane gets the touchdown, but like in garbage time. But I think he also goes on the under. Maybe he'll get like 26, 27 attempts. Because I think that the game will end up being a blowout by the time it gets there. And I think they're just going to run the clock. If Miami decides to run the clock with Devon Achane and Ollie Gordon, then there's going to be very few attempts that he's going to have. Let's see. I could be wrong. Let's go receiving yards. Jalen Waddle. If I would be damned if Jalen Ramsey doesn't cover Waddle. If I'm going to be truly honest, who are the corners anyways? On their team, I don't know. They got two safeties in Cal Duggar and Jabril Pepper, so they're solid there. They got some decent weapons, so they're going to be on their A game. So they're going to have to cover Waddle real good. Darren Waller also. I mean, Jalen Waddle could have a big game. I just think this is one of those games that the Dolphins get blown out. This looks like one of those games where the Dolphins do get blown out. And I'm going to go on the under for this one too. For Waddle on the under 61. Let me just be very clear here. Waddle. Before we go on the receiving yards. Yeah, he had 50 last week, 40 against New Orleans, and 52 against Washington. He had 84 against Buffalo and 82 against Baltimore. Yeah, those two teams were struggling on the corner side. I don't think the Steelers have that. I think the Steelers have a kind of an offensive problem. I think this is going to happen. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think DK goes over on the over 57. But let me just make sure. Let me just check my math on that. Receiving yards. He had 148 yards last week, and then he had 32, 22, 49. Against the Dolphins, let me see. Yeah, I could see this happening. But overall, rushing yards on Devon Achane, I think he goes under. I don't know why I think that. I don't know. Don't ask me. But I think he goes under. I don't know much about these three. I know they're okay, but this 50 is too close for comfort. I think we're gonna leave it there, and then we're gonna put in the 5 that we have left in our balance. We're gonna go over it again. Devon Achane, anytime touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa under 193.5 passing yards. Aaron Rodgers under 214.5 passing yards. Tua Tagovailoa 28.5 under passing attempts. Aaron Rodgers under 31.5 passing attempts. Jalen Waddle under 61.5 receiving yards. DK Metcalf over receiving yards of 57.5, so he has to get 58 or more. And Devon Achane under 79.5 rushing yards, which, if anybody doesn't know, you just have to get more than what. If you're over, you have to get over the number here. If you're under, it has to be basically this. I think it's this number or less, if I'm correct. So we're gonna place that bet in. Boom. Awesome. Great. And we'll go one more. I love that. But again, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing this. Here we go. And I want to show you guys one more thing because I know you guys like your stuff, like your sports stuff. Watch. I'm gonna be sharing this for everybody that hasn't kept up with the schedule for this weekend. I'm gonna do it again. The Browns are going to be facing off against the Chicago Bears at Chicago at 1 p.m. Ravens will be facing the Bengals at Cincinnati at 1 p.m. also. Chargers face the Chiefs at 1 p.m. at Kansas City. The Bills will be facing my New England Patriots at Gillette Stadium in New England at 1 p.m. also. The Commanders will be facing the Giants in New York at 1 p.m. Raiders will be unfortunately facing the Eagles at 1 p.m. also. And then at 1 p.m., the Jets will be facing the Jaguars at 1 p.m. again in Jacksonville. Cardinals will be facing the Houston Texans, the hot Houston Texans, by the way, in Houston at 1 p.m. Then we head into the afternoon games, where the late afternoon games, the Packers will be facing off against the Denver Broncos, who are also on a 10-game winning streak, if I'm correct, at 4:25 p.m. on CBS in Denver. Lions will be facing the Rams at 4:25 on Fox in SoFi. Panthers will be facing the Saints in New Orleans at 4:25 on Fox. The Titans and Cam Ward will be facing the San Francisco 49ers in San Fran on Fox at 4:25 p.m. Another 4:25 game on CBS. Colts will be facing the Seahawks in Seattle. That's gonna be a very tough game. And then for the primetime game of Sunday night, the Vikings will be facing the Dallas Cowboys in AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And then on Monday night, your Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, will be facing the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at 8:15 p.m. ESPN will be broadcasting that. Again, I want to thank you for everybody for watching. I do this every Friday. I like to have fun. Hopefully next Friday I can get some special guests in, and we can all have a huge like argument on what to pick and what not to pick. For everybody that just joining the show or the first time ever watching the show, don't forget you can always comment, and I'll have conversations with you guys on the comment section. I love having talks with this. I love to have arguments. Even when I'm at work, I get people that always ask me, "Hey, bro, like I saw your show, thank you." And I'm like, you know what? We always like go at it for like certain picks that I had. It's really fun. I love to have fun with you guys. I love sports. If you guys don't know, Miami guy, Inter Miami. I'm I root for everybody that I can. I'm not a big Dolphins guy, but that's okay. I'll still root for them if I have to. But if you guys don't know, yeah, I'm Giancarlo Morera, or if you guys don't know, John will stop here at the bottom left. Welcome to Plug Picks, and if you guys have any recommendations on what can make the show better, tag me. You have my Instagram, my X, and everything right here. John Don't Stop. If you guys want to follow the rest of the crew, I got it right here. We got Daniel Torres. That's our guy. We got Blake. We got Brandon. We got me, and we got our boy Isaac. All the guys are super talented. Each one of them has their own shows throughout the week. Super cool guys. Best of the best. All of them have a bunch of experience in sports and media and broadcasting. Some even have done it professionally. So I recommend watching their shows. Some are soccer, some are hockey, some are basketball, football. I did this. And hopefully in the future, I think I can get a high school and college football recruiting show going. If you guys follow that, I like to follow that because I'm a UM guy and I like to follow the recruiting side of it. Where like 4-star, 5-star, who recruited where, who goes who. decommits, signing of intent, whatever, all that stuff. I love it. So I want to thank you guys again for joining us on this show. It means a lot. Don't forget to try your best every day at what you do, and good luck next time. Not good luck next time. What am I saying? Always try your best next time, and have a great night. And don't forget to support the troops. And thanks again. See you guys.